Students, how are you all? Hope you all are fine and safe at your home. So students, this is your mathematics class for class 9th. This is your chapter 7, chapter named triangles. This is your lecture 6. In previous lecture we discussed about theorem 7.5 and exercise 7.3 questions. So in today's lecture we will discuss about students, today I will teach you about theorem 7.6, 7.7 and 7.8. We will do questions from exercise 7.4 also. So students, I am going to start your lecture with theorem 7.6. Theorem 7.6 is, if two sides of a triangle are unequal, it means if two sides of a triangle are not equal to each other, they are unequal. The angle opposite to the longer side is larger. It means if two sides are unequal, then definitely one must be smaller than the other. So the angle opposite to the longer side, the angle which is present opposite to a longer side, is larger in that triangle. So what is theorem 7.6? If two sides of a triangle are unequal, the angle opposite to the longer side is larger, or we can say that it is greater. So we will start our lecture. First of all, we will make a diagram triangle ABC, which is given also. In this triangle we have one relation, that one side is greater than to the other side. So we will take AC as greater than AB. So definitely what we have to prove, the opposite side of the greater side is AC and the opposite angle is angle B. It means angle ABC. So angle ABC, which is opposite to the greater side, is greater than to that side's angle which is present in front of that side. So angle opposite to AB is angle C. So angle ABC is greater than angle ACB. We have to prove it. For this we will do a construction. Mark a point D on AC such that AB and AD are equal to each other. So students, because we know it very well that AC is greater than AB, so what we want to do, we have to do side AC to convert into another side which is equal to AB. So we will mark a point D on AC such that now AB and AD are equal to each other. So students, this is your construction. Join BD. Now in triangle ABD, AB is equal to AD. If these two sides are equal, then definitely opposite angles, या base angles of a triangle are also equal. What is the reason? Reason is angle opposite to equal sides are equal. Do you remember about theorem 7.2 and 7.3? Theorem 7.2 was angle opposite to equal sides are equal. Theorem 7.3 was sides opposite to equal angles are equal. So students, now in this figure, now we have one relation, that angle 1 and angle 2 are equal to each other. In triangle BCD, angle 2 is the exterior angle, and exterior angle is equal to the sum of interior opposite angles. So definitely angle 2 is equal to the sum of angle C and sum of angle CBD because of exterior angle property. So if 2 is equal to the sum of these two angles, then definitely 2 is always greater than to this angle individually and this angle individually. So angle 2 is the exterior angle of triangle BCD. Angle 2 is equal to angle C plus angle CBD, exterior angle property. So definitely angle 2 is greater than this angle DCB. We can write it as DCB also. Angle 2 is greater than ACB. What is the difference between DCB and ACB? DCB means this angle. ACB means also this angle. DCB is the angle of this small triangle and ACB is the angle of this bigger triangle. So definitely if angle 1 is greater than angle C, angle 1 is greater than angle C. Now some of the students are thinking that how I change angle 2 to angle 1, because we know it very well, angle 1 and 2 are equal to each other. If angle 2 is greater than angle C, then definitely angle 1 is also greater than angle C. Angle 1 is only a part of angle B. If angle 1 is greater than angle C, then definitely angle B is also greater than angle C. Hence, angle ABC, the full form of angle B, is greater than angle C. The full form of angle C is ACB. Hence, proved. This is your theorem 7.6. Next is theorem 7.7. Theorem 7.7 is, in any triangle, the side opposite to the larger angle is longer. What he want to say? In any triangle, the side opposite to a larger angle is longer. It means larger angle is given and we have to prove that the side opposite to this angle is always longer. So we have a triangle ABC. What is given? In triangle ABC, angle ABC, it means angle B. It means angle B is greater than angle ACB. It means angle C. So angle B is greater than angle C, it is given. We have to prove that the side opposite to B is AC. Side opposite to angle C is AB. So AC is greater than AB. We have to prove it. For proof, we have the following three possibilities. What three possibilities? Three possibilities are: it is possible that AC is equal to AB. It is also possible that AC is less than AB. And it is also possible that AC is greater than AB. We have to check all these three possibilities. For case 1, when AC and AB are equal to each other, AC and AB are equal to each other, then their opposite angles are also equal to each other. What is the reason? Angle opposite to equal sides are equal. We know it very well. If these two angles are equal, this is contradiction. Why contradiction? Because it is already given angle B is greater than angle C. Then how it is possible that angle B and angle C are equal to each other? So this case 1 is not equal to each other. AC and AB are not equal to each other. So this is contradiction because B is already greater than to angle C. So AC is not equal to AB. Case 2, AC is less than AB, then definitely angle opposite to angle side AC is greater than AB, then angle opposite to AC is B, angle B. So sorry, AC is less than AB, so the angle opposite to AC is B. It means angle ACB is greater than ABC. We can write this as angle ABC is less than angle ACB. Angle opposite to AC is angle B. Angle opposite to AB is angle C. Angle B is less than angle C. Again, this is a contradiction because it is given that angle ABC is greater than angle ACB. It means angle B is greater than angle C. This is also a contradiction. It is also not possible. So the case 2 is also not possible. This is also a contradiction. Also contradict the given relation. So second case is also not possible. Case 3 is AC is greater than AB. So the angle opposite to AC is angle ABC, which is also greater than the angle opposite to AB, which is angle ACB. So this is true because it is already given. So this case is follow the given condition. Hence AC is greater than AB. Hence proved. This is your theorem 7.7. Now theorem 7.8. Theorem 7.8 is the sum of any two sides of a triangle is greater than the third side. We know this relation very well from your previous classes also. The sum of any two sides of a triangle is greater than the third side. We have to prove it. What is given? A triangle ABC, a triangle ABC. What we have to prove? Sum of any two sides. Three cases are possible. First, AB plus AC is greater than BC. Second, AB plus BC is greater than AC. Third, BC plus AC is greater than AB. We have to prove only one, and similarly we can prove rest of the two. For this, we have to do a small construction. In triangle ABC, we have to produce BA to a point D such that AD and AC are equal to each other. We have to prove it like this, that the both sides are equal to each other, and then join CD. Join CD. So now we are going to prove it, that sum of two sides are equal to each other. Now I am going to prove this first relation only. Okay. So students, in triangle ACD, if these two sides are equal to each other, then their base angles are also equal to each other. It means angle 1 and 2 are also equal to each other. You know the reason, angle opposite to equal sides are equal. If angle 1 and angle 2 are equal to each other, then definitely if we will take the sum of 3 plus 2, which is greater than angle 1, because 2 and 1 are equal to each other, and we are adding angle 3 in 2 but not in angle 1. So 3 plus 2 is greater than angle 1. This angle C is greater than angle 1. What is the opposite to angle C? Side BD, which is greater than side opposite to angle 1, BC. So we will follow this method. So in triangle ACD, AC and AD are equal, angle 1 and angle 2 are equal to each other, angle opposite to equal sides are equal. 3 plus 2, if we will add angle 3 here, not here, so 3 plus 2 is greater than angle 1. This is angle C is greater than angle 1. Now in triangle BCD, angle C is greater than angle 1. Side opposite to angle C is BD, side opposite to angle 1 is BC. So this is relation, BD is greater than BC. Why? Side opposite to greater angle is larger. BD is the combination of two parts, BA plus AD. We can write BD as BA plus AD, which is greater than BC. But we know it very well that AD is equal to AC. It is already given or by construction. So we can replace it. BA plus AC is greater than AB. We can change it as AB plus AC is greater than BC. This is our first part proved. Similarly, we can prove that remaining two parts of this theorem. So students, hope you got the concept of these three inequalities theorems. Now we will switch on your exercise 7.4. With the help of one question, we have to learn how we will apply these three theorems in questions. So we will learn with this one question from exercise 7.4. Question 7.4 from exercise question 2 from exercise 7.4 is, in this figure, side AB and AC of a triangle ABC extended at point P, AC extended at point Q. And what is given? Angle PBC, this angle PBC, this angle is greater than angle QCB, this angle. What is given? Angle PBC, this angle is greater than angle QCB. And what we have to prove? We have to prove it as AC is greater than AB. We have to prove it AC is greater than AB. So what we have to do? We have only one relation which is given, that these two angles PBC is greater than QBC. We have to reach from here two angle B and C in the form of angle 1 and 2, because if we have any relation between angle 1 and 2, then we know according to the theorem we have relation between sides also. So we will reach PBC and QCB to angle 1 and angle 2. So we have only one method in triangle ABC, angle PBC and angle 1. The sum of these two angles are 180 because of linear pair. Now we will find the value of PBC only from this equation. PBC is 180 minus angle 1. Similarly, angle QCB plus angle 2 is 180 degree because of linear angle. So QCB plus angle 2 is 180 degree. QCB is equal to 180 degree minus angle 2. We have relation angle PBC is greater than QCB. We have to put the value of angle PBC and QCB here. 180 is cancelled with 180. Now the remaining part is minus angle 1 greater than minus angle 2. Students, you have to learn one thing here. When we will cancel minus sign, if equal sign is present, minus angle 1 is minus angle 2, then we will cancel it very easily because equality is present here. But if greater than or less than sign is present here, and when we will cut this sign, we will switch this sign to the another one. Here we have greater than sign here. Minus angle 1 is greater than minus angle 2. When we will cancel this minus sign, we will turn this sign to the other side. Now minus 1 is less than to angle 1 is less than to angle 2. Now we have a relation between angle 1 and angle 2. So the opposite side of these angles also have a relation. So angle 1 is less than angle 2. So AC is less than AB because of side opposite to greater angle is larger. Greater angle is angle 2. So the opposite side is AB. So AB is greater than the other side. So student, with this question, today's lecture is finished. Now your homework. Do theorem 7.6 to 7.8 and do questions of exercise 7.4 from your NCERT. Now, homework solution of lecture 5. In lecture 5, we discussed about exercise 7.3. So, now the questions of exercise 7.3. First question we already done. Now question number 2. Question 2 from your NCERT exercise 7.3 is AD is an altitude of an isosceles triangle ABC in which AB and AC are equal. Show that AD bisects BC, AD bisects angle A. So what is given? First of all, we have one thing that ABC in isosceles triangle in which side AB and AC are equal to each other, and AD is the altitude, so angle 1 and angle 2 are 90 degree. So students, AD bisects BC means we have to prove that BD is equal to DC. AD bisects angle 1, it means we have to prove that angle 3 and angle 4 are equal to each other. So student, this question is very easy. We have two small triangles. We have to congruent them and then we prove these two parts. In triangle ABD and triangle ACD, you have to mention the triangle name. It is compulsory in each and every part, and please remember about the corresponding parts also. See, ABCD, ABD, ACD. So A is corresponding to A, B is corresponding to C, D is corresponding to D. We need three elements. First is AB is equal to AC, reason given. AD is equal to AD, common. Angle 1 is equal to angle 2, each 90 degree. So that by rule of RHS, congruence rule RHS, we have both the triangles are congruent. Both the triangles are congruent. So BD is equal to DC by CPCT. Angle 3 is equal to angle 4 by CPCT, because they are the other remaining 3 elements of these two congruent triangles. So we can prove them equal to each other. So question number 2 is finished. See, it is very easy. Question number 3 is from your NCERT, that two sides, we have two triangles, triangle ABC and triangle PQR. Two sides AB and BC are equal to the another triangle of PQ and QR respectively, and median AM and PN are also equal to each other. We have to prove it, these two triangles as congruent and these two triangles are congruent. So students, we have these three sides are equal to each other as given. So we will start our proof with the first part. So in first part we have triangle ABM and triangle PQN. Now we need 3 elements. First, AB is equal to PQ. It is already given. And the angle B and angle Q is already equal to each other. Why? Because we know it very well that angle opposite to equal sides are equal. If these two sides are equal, so AB is equal to PQ, it is given. AM and PN are also equal to each other. It is given that medians are given equal. BM and QN are equal to each other. Now some of the students are thinking then it is not given. We have BC is equal to QR, it is given. And AM and PN are the median of the triangle which is present on BC and QR. Median means which is present on the midpoint of the side. So half of BC and half of Q are also equal to each other, which is BM and QN. If you are not understanding, then see in your diagram, if BC and Q are equal, this is median. It means midpoint of this side and midpoint of this side. So the half of this side and half of this side is also equal to each other. So the by SSS rule, these two triangles are congruent to each other. So students, these two triangles are congruent to each other by SSS. We can take that angle B and angle Q are equal to each other as CPCT. So for the triangle ABC and PQR, it is very easy to do it. In triangle ABC and PQR, AB is equal to, we need 3 elements. First element, PQ is equals to AB. AB is equals to PQ. Given. BC is equal to QR. It is already given. Angle B and angle Q are equal to each other, proved above. So by which rule? Try SAS. By SAS, both triangles are congruent to each other. So student, it is very easy question. Now question number 4. Question number 4 is BE and CF are the two equal. BE and CF are the two equal altitude. It means they are equal to each other. It is already given. And altitude, the 90 degree also. In a triangle ABC, using RHS congruence rule, we have to prove that ABC is an isosceles. It means we have to prove that AB is equal to AC. But in this question, we have one condition, that we have to do this question with RHS only. So we have to do with RHS only. BE is equals to CF given, AB is equals to AC. So proof in triangle BCE, in triangle BCE, in triangle BCE, in triangle BCF, in triangle BCF. Now we need 3 elements. BC equal to BC as common. BE and CF are equal to each other, it is given. Angle 2 and is equals to angle 1, each 90 degree. Because it is 90 degree, then BC is as hypotenuse. So that by RHS rule, we have both the triangles are congruent. We have both the triangles are congruent. So angle B and angle C are equal to each other by CPCT, and AC and AB are also equal to each other because AC is the opposite of AB. AB is the opposite of angle C. Side opposite to equal angles are equal. If these two angles are equal, then opposite sides are also equal. So this is our to prove, which is already proved now. So students, with this question, your homework solutions are also finished. If you have any doubt and any query, then please mention in your comment section. Thank you. Have a nice day.